All right, so I'm still talking about Ghost Rider for the PS2. My little hidden gem, as I like to call it. So I was just thinking about the game's gameplay, and there are a lot of similarities to God of War, like I mentioned in my previous video, and there's also a lot of similarities to Devil May Cry. And in terms of the actual gameplay, I'd say the one thing I wasn't crazy about were the motorcycle missions. So, and it's funny, Bayonetta had a similar thing, but this game came out actually before Bayonetta. Usually what action games like this do, where they're just focused on action, they'll do little puzzles, or Devil May Cry will have little puzzle bits, or sometimes platforming, to kind of break up the monotony of just fights back to back. Now, listen, if your gameplay is deep enough, give me fights 100% of the time. I don't mind. I'm not really a huge puzzle guy, to be honest with you. And that's why I kind of had trouble with, like, the first two God of War games. Especially, I remember the first one. Well, mostly the first one. I just remember there were so many puzzles in that game where I was just like, dude, why is this a thing? So, Devil May Cry, there are some puzzles, but most of the puzzles are like, get this item, bring it to here. Puzzles happen in that game, too, in Ghost Rider, but they're a lot less frequent. But these motorcycle sections are interesting. They're a bit of a change of pace. I'm not really crazy about them. I don't think they're bad enough to make me not want to replay the game. But they're like the gummy ship missions in Kingdom Hearts. I can do without them, but they're not egregious enough where I don't want to replay the game. And speaking of, this game has a ton of replayability. There's different difficulties to unlock. There's different outfits to unlock. You can get, like, I think a classic Ghost Rider. You can get Ghost Rider 2099. There's also, spoilers, no, it's not really that big a deal. There's also a, like, secret playable character you can play as Blade when you beat the game, which is super awesome. And this game has, like, 4 or 5 total difficulties. Like, this game, I'm fine with it being 3 hours because it's just begging to be replayed. And I think that's sick. I think that's kind of, it's so funny. This stupid little movie tie-in game for the PS2 kind of taught me something I already knew. These are my favorite types of games. Combat heavy, good combat system, and they're supposed to be replayed. Give me a game that's 4 to 6 hours long, but I can replay it multiple times, than something like a Last of Us 2 that's just like 50, 20 hours long. Am I ever going to replay Last of Us 2? Hell no. And I brought up The Last of Us 2 and the fact that I didn't like it, so this video's comment section is going to be a shithole. But jokes aside, I can't get over how much of a pleasant surprise this game was. If you have any love for the character, check it out.